Welcome to SDH's coverage of everything going on in MLS Next Pro. We're going to take you from the last 7 days and get you ready for the next 7 days. We've got some juice boxes, got all the news that's fit to print, and we'll let you know what's going on in MLS Next Pro. And as we are, ain't no dilly, no dally zone, as we always are, then we'll take you over the last 7 days and let you know what happened with the schedule, get you into your standings, and get you prepped for everything going on in MLS Next Pro over the next little bit. So going from the middle of the week, let's see. As we're looking at things, we need to go back another step. So let's go back to Thursday, August the 8th, and build forward from there. Minnesota United 2 and the Town FC finished 90 minutes tied at 1. Minnesota got the extra point, winning 5-3 in PKs at the National Sports Center Stadium. That leads us into our first match of the week. We go to Providence Park in a game that was nuts, and I say that in the most positive way possible. Timbers 2 and Austin FC 2. Once again, here's your highlights, courtesy of our friends at MLS Next Pro and Apple TV.
So your Jera, Alex Moreno back in the starting 11 in the midfield. And how about some dynamic players? Here's a look at the Austin lineup. 2 changes from last match. It is Nico Van Rijn making his first start. He's the center back. Timbers 2, in fact, T2 have never scored a goal against Austin. We will see if that changes tonight. We are underway. Timbers 2 against the Verde and Black here on MLS Season Pass. Varkarloon now. Gomez making the overlapping run. Varkarloon twirls one back post. Headed down. Tapped in. Micah Burton in the 2nd minute nets his first of the season. Ramirez cycles it around. Bonachera drives one in. Oh, it's Burton. Give him 2 in 10 minutes. A masterclass from Micah. Toure has it jarred away. Comes right to Penn. Penn! Toure gives it away. Loria! Welcome back. It's his 2nd goal in his 2nd match. And Ferdinand wins it right back. Austin have had a tough time breaking through these lines of pressure. Distance strike, Loria! Parried away. Allstrup can't get there. Kept in the area by Penn. Penn has it jarred loose, wins it right back. Penn turns and strikes. Goes right back to him. Penn flicks goalward. Allstrup again denies it. Clegg drives it long. Penn sneaks past that back line. Penn turns, rolls across. It's backheeled in. Tega Ikoba cannot be stopped. A 5th goal in 3 matches. This match. And that 1-1 draw against Western Conference leaders North Texas. Toure does drive this in towards the backside, and Miller snags it. Seconds of this first half. Maybe one last build up here for T2. Can they end this first half on a high note? Loria! The highest of high notes. Bonachera wins the throw, and there is the whistle. Austin jumped out to a 2-0 lead through 10 minutes, a pair of goals by Micah Burton. And an exciting first half, to say the least. Austin of the white kits, Timbers in the green kits. And we are underway, 45 minutes left to play here at Providence Park. So here Jera goes at Gomez. Jera blows by Gomez. Jera being dragged, finds Penn. Penn dances in the area. Jera once more. Now it's Varkarloon. Varkarloon, space to drive one in. Foudry equalizes. The 6'2 striker goes airborne and ties it. Ujan gives it away. Ikoba turned away. Alstrup keeps things 3-3. Powers went into the box. Headed away. And we are headed to a shootout. Sebastian Pino heads on. Converted his PK last match in the shootout. Pino. No! He can win the shootout for T2. Eisenberg buries it! The 17-year-olds unfazed in the spotlight. This to win it. He left no doubt. Didn't take anything off that kick.
Portland wins 8-7 in penalties against the extra point. Took them a while, but T2 got the extra point on your Thursday. Saturday gets us into our second match of the week in the Eastern Conference this time. Philadelphia Union 2, Chicago Fire 2. Brought to us by our friends once again at MLS NEXT PRO and Apple TV.
And Leandro Soria Zarate up top. CJ Only, Bergesio, David Vasquez in the midfield, Westfield, Rojas Torres, Pierre, and Wetzel, the back four. Rochester Cup, Shannon Richards in front of him, or a Hell back from international duty in the midfield with Nagel and Sudan. Here comes Pareba. Pareba around Sheridan, and it is Peter Sudan with the goal. David Vasquez sends it into the middle, and it's in! Kevin Sullivan showing off his speed. Sullivan sends one across, and it's put in! Kevin Sullivan does the work. Cincinnati for the top of the Eastern Conference. David Vasquez. David Vasquez. Vasquez! Card in there as well, given to Frankie Westfield of Philadelphia. Pareba gets it back. Pareba! Maybe we're not done! We hear the final whistle in moments. There is the final whistle. 3-2 Philadelphia.
5-goal thriller for Union 2. They end up with the big win over Chicago Fire 2 at Subaru Park. Huntsville City Football Club gets the win in a rival match against Chattanooga FC. Big 3 points at Wicks Family Field and Joe Davis Stadium for Huntsville City Football Club. North Texas SC, 2-0 winners over Sporting Kansas City 2 at Choctaw Stadium, which gets us into our Sunday action. Orlando City, Crown Legacy, goalless draw after 90. Crown Legacy won 3-1 in PKs at Osceola Heritage Park. Red Bulls 2 and NYCFC 2. So Hudson River, what would you call it? The Hudson River Derby, lowercase, maybe? Red Bulls 2 and NYCFC 2, 1-1 after 90 minutes. And it was 5-4 in PKs. Red Bulls end up getting the extra point, winning it 5-4. That gets us to our third match of the week. Atlanta United 2, Toronto FC 2 from the Fraction. So what did the action at the Fraction yield? Here's your highlights from the SDH Network. Some familiar voices on the call.
ARs tonight, Juan Pablo Casas, Jonathan Smith, Kyle Johnston is your fourth. So let's see what Julian Altobelli has in mind, about 27 yards from goal. Up and over the wall and in! Julian Altobelli. Up and over the wall, rockets past Jaden Hibbert. And for Altobelli, it's his fourth goal of the season, tying him with Charlie Sharp and Hassan Ayari for the most goals for Toronto FC 2. But a gorgeous kick on a set piece from Julian Altobelli. Over the wall, past Hibbert, 1-0 Toronto FC 2. Set piece up and over the Atlanta United 2 wall. Gets it past Jaden Hibbert as well, and that's the difference, 1-0. And you get a foul and a card. Javi Armas sent long in a red. Stojadinovic gets the red card from Adam Mitchell. And Toronto FC2 is down to 10 halfway through the 26th minute with a 1-0 lead.
FC2 red card in the 26th minute to number 85, Marko Stojadinovic.
So Stojadinovic held Luke Brennan, kept him from getting possession as Javi Armas went long and over the top. And so Stojadinovic in the 26th minute gets a red card, and his day is done. And if his walk into the dressing room and off the pitch here at Fifth Third Bank Stadium was any slower, he'd be going backward, and so would time. The Brampton, Ontario product had his day complete in the 26th minute. And so Toronto FC2 will be playing for the rest of the match. 65 minutes, down to 10. Firmino hit the post and closing the distance and putting it in. Slam dunk. Atlanta United 2. And we are tied at 1. Caden Moore heads up play the entire time. Caden Moore kept an eye on it after Nick Firmino smashed the post flush. First professional goal for Caden Moore. Working quickly, Amador goes to the right-hand side, and Luke Brennan. Brennan deflected, popped up into the air, header and in. Flag stays down, and it goes in for Atlanta United 2. Di Rosario goes out to challenge. Efren Morales won the challenge, got there first, and in the clattering, it ends up going in the back of the net. And so Neri gets the goal. And so Rodrigo Neri gets his third of the year. And Atlanta United 2 finally breaks through off of the tie. 49th minute. And Rodrigo Neri puts Atlanta United 2 ahead by the score of 2-1.
Houston and St. Louis 1-1 after 90 minutes. Dynamo Dos wins 4-2 in PKs. Real Monarchs 2-1 winners over Tacoma Defiance at Zions Bank Stadium in Harriman, Utah. LAFC 2 knocks off Ventura County by the score of 2-1. And that was your Sunday action, which gets us into this week of activity, and everything lends itself into tomorrow. So we'll get into the preview coming up in just a little bit. So we'll go straight to standings since there was nothing in the midweek. And what we'll do once again is we'll take it a conference at a time. When we get closer and closer to the end of the regular season, then we'll break it down into divisions. Eastern Conference right now, you got a couple of different groups. FC Cincinnati 2's at 43 points. Philadelphia Union 2 at 41. Columbus Crew 2, it starts the second group, where you have 3 through 9, 7 teams separated by 4 points. Columbus has 36 points. Chicago has 35. NYCFC 2, 34. Crown Legacy 33. Same number of wins as Red Bulls 2. Better goal difference by 4. Chattanooga FC has at 33 points, but they only have 7 wins. That gets you through number 8. Messi and Friends 2. Inter Miami CF2 is at 32 points. They are 9th. Orlando City B is at 28 points. This starts to set up that third group. That's the Chase Pack. And Atlanta United 2 is at 24 points at 6, 9, and 4. Toronto is at 22.6 wins over Carolina Cores 5. Hunt City now has 17 points, and they have a better goal difference than New England Revolution 2 by 1 goal. Minus 13 to minus 14, both with 17 points and 4 wins. That's the Eastern Conference. Western Conference, North Texas SC is 6 points clear of everybody at 43 points. Then you end up with the next group where 2 through 8 separated by 6 points. St. Louis City SC2 at 37, LAFC at 36 with 10 wins. Ventura County only has 7. Whitecaps FC2, 34 points. Tacoma Defiance at 33. The Town at 31 points with 7 wins. T2 at 31 points with 6 wins. Sporting Kansas City 2, starting off group number 3, has 28 points. Dynamo Dos at 26. Colorado Rapids 2 at 22 with 6 wins. Monarchs at 22 points and 5 wins. Austin Los Verdos, 22 points, 3 wins and 10 draws this season. Loons 2 are last right now at 19 points in 18 matches, and they are in 14th. So that sets up everything in MLS Next Pro. And once again, you can go to MLSNextPro.com and get all of the news that you need to find out about when it comes to life in MLS Next Pro. Power rankings for match week 22. You go from 10 to 1. NYCFC 2 is at number 10. Whitecaps 2 is number 9. Fire 2 is at 8. Ventura County is at 7. LAFC 2 is at 6. Crew 2 is at 5. All Caps 2 is at 4. Philadelphia Union 2 right now is at number 3. North Texas SC at number 2. And FC Cincinnati 2 is number 1. So that's your power rankings from MLSNextPro.com with match week number 22. So also on the board, the MLS Next Pro goal of match week 22 goes to Julian Altobelli. You heard the highlight that we played on the SDH network, ranked as the MLS Next Pro goal of the week for match week 22. Julian Altobelli's set piece that put Toronto FC2 on the board in Kennesaw and got everybody all squared away with the match really being on at that point between Toronto FC2 and Atlanta United 2. The MLS Next Pro Match Week 22 honors for this week. Pro Team of the Week for Match Week 22 is LAFC 2, and it was because of the 2-1 win over Ventura County FC, drawing them level on 36 points, as we discussed when we looked at the standings. Also on the board, your Pro Player of Match Week 22, Leandro Soria for Philadelphia Union 2. And Soria scored twice in Union 2's 3-2 home win over Chicago Fire 2, helping snap a 3-match losing streak. The 19-year-old earned MLS Next Pro Player of Match Week 22 for his heroics. The left-footed strike in the 42nd, and then you end up with that goal, tying the match in the first half, propelled them to get a goal in 10 minutes into the second half. The close-range header off of Kevin Sullivan's cross in the 55th would give them the lead, and then he had an insurance goal. Vasquez would have an insurance goal in the second half stoppage before David Paraba pulled back the consolation goal back for Fire 2. Soria now has 4 goals, 1 assist, and 14 appearances for Union 2 right now, as they are as they're chasing after the top seed in the Eastern Conference and chasing after FC Cincinnati. MLS Next Pro Rising Star of Match Week 22, Owen Anderson of Real Monarchs. The 17-year-old scored his second league goal of the season in the 2-1 win over Tacoma, earned Next Pro Rising Star of Match Week 22. Left-footed strike after only 6 minutes gave the hosts a 1-0 lead. Then you end up with an equalizer. Then the Monarchs get all 3 points in the second half with Matthew Bell's second half goal. So Real Monarchs with the big win there as well. Pro goal of Match Week 21, by the way, was Ben Stitz, as we work our way backward. And you can sit there and look at MLSNextPro.com, and you can get all the information when it comes to all of the great activity that we see on a daily basis in MLS Next Pro. So very, very cool stuff there. Don't forget, you can connect to MLSNextPro.com on the 280-character app and on Instagram at MLS Next Pro. I know that's a bit of a shock that you could do it that way. But yes, at MLS Next Pro, 280-character app, and on Instagram. All right, so that sets us up for the next 7 days and lets us know what's going on in the sprint that is MLS Next Pro. On your Friday, 2 matches, Cincinnati and Carolina Core. It's at 6 o'clock start on MLS Season Pass at Northern Kentucky Soccer Stadium. FC Cincinnati 2 leading the East, or a minus 256. Carolina Core, by the way, on the road are a plus 500. The 10:30 Eastern match on MLSNextPro.com. LAFC 2 is hosting Timbers 2 on the campus of Cal State Fullerton at Titan Stadium. LAFC 2 is a minus 164, and your draws a plus 313. Portland Timbers are a plus 333. Saturday has 2 matches. Hunt City on Season Pass at 8 o'clock hosting Red Bulls 2, and at 8:45 at Choctaw, North Texas SC on Season Pass is hosting Dynamo Dos. Big activity on Sunday, as it is traditionally. There's going to be a test later on, so here we go. NextPro.com at 3, Loons 2 and All Caps 2, as well as Toronto FC 2 and Philadelphia Union 2 on the campus of York Lions Stadium at York University. 5 Eastern on Season Pass on Sunday. Crown Legacy hosting Chattanooga FC at Matthews. 6 o'clock on Season Pass. Crew 2 at Historic Crew Stadium hosting New England Revolution 2. 7 o'clock, it is Inter Miami CF2 at Chase Stadium hosting Atlanta United 2. You can catch the audio on that one on the SDH network, and you can watch on Season Pass as well. 7 o'clock, Orlando City B and NYCFC 2 on MLSNextPro.com from Osceola Heritage Park, as well as Sporting Kansas City 2 and Los Verdos. That's on MLSNextPro.com from Children's Mercy Victory Field. 8 Eastern on Season Pass, Colorado Rapids 2, Real Monarchs 2 from Dick's Sporting Goods Park. Season Pass at 8. The Town FC is hosting Whitecaps 2. 11 o'clock on MLSNextPro.com. It is Tacoma Defiance and Ventura County. That one is at Starfire. Wednesday in the midweek, it is Houston Dynamo Dos at 8 Eastern, hosting Loons 2 from SaberCat Stadium. You can catch that one on MLSNextPro.com. Reminder, if you are in the area and can catch all of the action in MLS Next Pro, catch your local side, please do, because you get to see the next generations of players as they are chasing after careers and chasing after spots with their teams as they're on their second teams, chasing after opportunities with the first teams as well. And you can catch them there on your MLS Next Pro backgrounds and all the MLS Next Pro stadia that you're attached to. If you cannot make a match locally, follow along on local providers. You can also follow along on Apple TV and MLSNextPro.com and MLS Season Pass. Also, once again, if you're out of market and you want to follow along and can't be there in person, follow along on social media, follow along on local providers, follow along on a Season Pass, follow along on MLSNextPro.com. So for everybody here at SDH, thanks for dropping by. That is SDH's look at everything going on in MLS Next Pro. Play safe, everybody. Enjoy the games in MLS Next Pro.